Greetings and good day, this is Christopher Freese here with Freese Forge, and do not be alarmed. I understand that it's kind of weird to see this floating head in front of your screen, but it's okay. I'm actually currently utilizing the latest in You Can't See Me technology developed by John Cena. It's really cool. It's called a Cena coat, and you just put it on, and all of a sudden, nobody can see anything but anything that's not covered by the Cena coat. So, this is not the ghost of a floating head of a YouTuber and a blacksmith out to put a grudge-style curse on you for the rest of your very short life. No, no, no. This is just the Cena coat. Let's get to the blacksmithing stuff. Yeah. Why doesn't it work on my hands? In our last video, we tried our hand at making a Dane Axe, and well, it didn't turn out very well at all, unfortunately. There were some successes, like the bonding of the 5160 to the wrought iron. That went pretty well. The bonding of the wrought iron to itself, not so much. You can see this giant bloody seam that's in there. Now I planned on going back and doing more heats and cleaning all of this area up and turning it into exactly what I wanted it to be and needed it to be. And of course, those steps didn't happen because I didn't get to finish this end. So once I finished this end, I was going to move over to here and then address the eye and the langets and everything like that. It's kind of where I was going. But, well, as you saw in the last video, this millimeter thick bit of wrought iron that's left over is not really going to be able to do the trick. It's the eye of the axe. Get it? So I need more practice with forging wrought iron. So what an excellent opportunity to add to my chain of progression. So in the propane forge, because of a fire ban, I don't want to use my coal forge. I don't feel like burning down my home and the woods that surround me. And so I used that wrought iron, some pieces from that same wagon wheel, to make these bits of chain. Couple more links in the chain of progression. And so this video is the making of those two links of the chain of progression. Now this video, much like the last one, is a picture video. It should be the almost last picture video. I have a little bit more footage of a knife that'll be coming up later, but the picture video that this is and that the last video was will be my last. I was sent a Samsung Galaxy S9. I guess people heard me complaining about the S8, and so I got sent the S9. Some might call it hush money. I call it a video camera, so I can start making actual videos again. Because, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of the picture videos, but they're better than not. So, the picture video is what this one is, but future videos, they're going to be filmed on this Galaxy S9. Now, that doesn't mean that the quest for 4K is coming to an end. Although the Galaxy S9 is technically 4K video, it is nowhere near the Panasonic GH5. Sorry, it's just not. It's a good enough video camera. It's a good video camera. It's okay. It'll work. It'll do the job. But it's definitely not the Panasonic GH5. And once I've set a goal, a target, I don't ever lower it. So we are still doing the quest for 4K. We are still going to be getting the Panasonic GH5. And we're going to be making some amazing 4K video. We are over 50% of the way there. If you want to find out more about the quest for 4K and how you can help, there will be links in the description of this video. With that out of the way, let's get to the picture video about how I forged this chain out of the same wrought iron that I made this axe, or tried to make this axe. Take a look. We are starting with two offcuts from the same wrought iron wagon wheel that I initially tried to make the axe out of. I cleaned up the underside of them just a little bit. In order to make sure that they stay together well, I decided that it would be the best idea to just tack weld them together. This defeats the need for having wire tying them together and is much more secure. Here we are with the very first heat, and then it's going to be borax time. My favorite white powder. That is very, very hot. First heat. Not really much to show. Kind of doesn't look like I did anything. But as we move on, it starts to look as though it's becoming more homogeneous. Each successive heat means a little bit closer, a little bit tighter together, a little bit better of a weld. Now we can start tapering down and drawing out. That big hammer gives me the blues. It works very well, but you can't swing it for very long. So I move back down to my modest 3.5 pound rounding hammer. We're getting a little bit further along, getting everything drawn out, stretched out to about the size that we want to be able to start making our links of chain. Here we are. And we can now start cutting off sections, forge welding those together. Here is the amount for the first link. Just a little off bit. This is, we trimmed that off. Here we are, ready to forge weld it together almost. And look at that. We are nice and close and tight. There we are. Forge welded all together. There is the chain. Nice and cool. Those two links are the ones that we forged and that we made as a continuation of our chain of progression. I think that's progress. I think that's what the chain of progression is all about. Progress. Hopefully each link becomes a little bit better than the one before it. That's a hopefully. Not necessarily what's going to happen, but hopefully what happens. Thank you very much for watching. May the Force serve you well. Shoot, shoot, bottom, shoot, bottom, shoot. Well, you're still here. It's over. Go home. Well, I guess since you won't go away, I'll take this moment to thank my fantastic and wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. I love you long time. Over here you'll find a couple of videos I've done. This one is my most recent upload, and this one is one that YouTube has decided via its algorithms that you might enjoy. We all know how wonderful and fantastic and perfect YouTube's algorithms are, so I'm sure you have nothing to fear. Well, good luck.